Welcome once again to Success Mantra. Today we will discuss about the various logical functions that we use in spreadsheets. Here you can see a spreadsheet. If you don't know how to create this spreadsheet, please go back and watch my video on Introduction to Spreadsheets. Here you can see a student report. It consists of various students and their marks for test 1 and test 2. First, we need to find the average mark for each student. We already know the function to find the average, that is equals average, and select the cell we need to find the average. Now drag the formula to the remaining cells. Now here we have two functions, or we have two conditions here. That is, if the average value is greater than 5, the student will pass the exam, and if the average value is less than or equal to 5, the student will fail the exam. So in order to apply this condition, we have to select the equation if. So we will check here the if condition. So this is the if condition. That is, if we have a condition to test, if the test is correct, we have a value, and if the test is wrong, we have another value. So we apply here equals if that average value, that is D4 is greater than 5, then that student will pass the exam. Otherwise, he will fail the exam. Okay, his average is 9.5, so he passed the exam. Now we drag to the remaining cells. So this is the way of applying conditions in spreadsheet. Here we can see another student report. It consists of various students and their total marks. But here instead of one condition, we have several conditions here. That is, if the total mark is less than 40, the student performance is poor. If his mark is between 40 to 60, his performance is average. Between 60 to 80, performance is good, and above 80 means excellent. So instead of one or two conditions, we have several conditions to check. So instead of one if condition, we need to apply more than one if condition in this situation. So we apply here the condition if the cell, that is B4, first we will check less than 40. If it's less than 40, his performance is poor. Otherwise, we have another condition to check if B4 is less than 60. If less than 60, then his performance is average. Otherwise, we have another condition to check, that is if B4 is less than 80. If it is less than 80, his performance is good. If it don't satisfies any of this condition, his performance is excellent. And finally, we close all the open cells. So now drag the equation to the remaining cells. So here we can see 97, it is between or it is above 80. So his performance is excellent. 32 means below 40, so it's poor. 55 means something between 40 and 60, so his performance is average. This type of applying one if condition inside another if condition is called nested if logic. Now see another student report. That is, here we can see different students and their marks for test 1 and test 2. And the condition here is that if both test 1 and test 2 are above 4, that student will pass the exam. Otherwise, he failed the exam. So we apply a logic called AND logic here. We apply the function if and between the cells B4 and C4, and the condition is both should be above 4. So B4 above 4 and C4 above 4. If both conditions are satisfied, the result will be pass the exam. Otherwise, he failed the exam. So in the first condition, both are above 4, so he passed the exam. Now we drag to the remaining cells. In the second case, we can see that 1 is below 4, so he failed the exam. Here in this case also, 1 is below 4, so failed the exam. Both below 4 means failed the exam. This is AND logic. Now see the student report. Here there are different students and the marks for test 1 and test 2, but the condition is slightly different. That is, either of test 1 or test 2 are above 4 means he passed the exam, otherwise failed the exam. So we use the function called OR function. Same way like we applied AND function, only difference is that one of the condition need to be satisfied. So we apply here if or B4 and C4, any of them above 4, then the student will pass the exam, otherwise he failed the exam. So in the first case he's passed the exam because both are above 4. Second case you check, one is below 4 but still passed the exam because of this OR condition. But in the case of this last student, that is 4 and 4 means failed the exam. This is called OR logic in spreadsheets. This is a spreadsheet for a company sales report. Here you can see different salespersons and their sales for a particular month. The condition that we are applying here is that if the salesperson has done a sale of above 5,000, he will get a bonus of 2% of the total sales he have done that month. So let's see how to apply the formula here. If the sales of that person, that is here B4, is greater than 5,000, then he will get that particular sales multiplied by 2% bonus. Otherwise, he will get a 0 bonus. Now we drag the formula to the remaining cells. What happened to the remaining cells? Let's check the formula. See, in the second cell, we haven't made that cell of 5,000 and 2% as absolute cell references because we want that cell to be a constant cell. Its value won't be changed even if we copy the formula. If you have seen my previous video about relative and absolute cell reference, you know how to make a cell as absolute cell reference. So let's change the formula. If B4 is greater than 5,000, that is F3. Now change it to absolute cell. Then the bonus getting will be B4 multiplied by 2%. The cell is F4 and make it absolute. Now copy the formula to the remaining cells. Okay, so here we can see first person has done above 5,000, so he will definitely get a bonus. Next two haven't done any sales above 5,000, so they have 0 bonus and so on.